Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to be looking at 2 Kings chapter 2. This is when Elisha takes over for Elijah. Now, 2 videos ago, I talked about how the prophet Elijah was fleeing for his life from Queen Jezebel because she was seeking to kill him after he defeated all of those prophets of Baal. Well, after he was in the cave, he encountered God. And God basically told him, what are you doing here, Elijah? Elijah explained that he thought he was all alone and Jezebel was out to kill him. God told him to get up and keep going about his mission. God also told him to appoint Elijah as his successor. Well, now in 2 Kings 2, we hear about Elisha taking over. As Elijah and Elisha are traveling together, they come to one town, and the people in the town tell Elisha, don't you know that your master is about to leave you? And he says, yes, but be quiet. This repeats in the next town they go to. The townspeople say, don't you know your master is about to leave you? And Elisha says, yes, I know, be quiet. Well, in the third place they come to, they reach the Jordan. And Elijah takes his mantle, which is this cloth that he wears. He rolls it up and strikes the river with it. And the river parts, just like the Red Sea parted when the people of Israel crossed the Red Sea out of Egypt. Here, the Jordan River parts. And that's important because we've got a connection here between what happened with the Exodus. So Elijah and Elisha cross. Then it's when they're on the other side of the river that Elijah says to Elisha, basically, I'm about to leave you. What can I give you before I go to help you be a good prophet and listen to God? Elisha asks for a double portion of Elijah's spirit. And Elisha says, you've asked a good thing, and it will be granted to you if you see me when I'm taken into heaven. Well, shortly thereafter, Elisha is taken up into heaven by these fiery chariots, and Elisha does see it. So after Elisha is taken away, then Elisha picks up that mantle, strikes the water again, it parts, and he crosses back to the other side. In this chapter, it's important for us to think about those who have gone before us in whose footsteps we've followed. Like, imagine you're Elisha following in the footsteps of Elijah. Think, for example, if you've ever had a teacher or a mentor, or even your parents, right? You've followed them, you've learned from them, and now it's time for you to go on without them. Think about all that they've left to you. Think about all that they've taught you. Think about how important that is to you. This is why it was so important for Elijah to get this double portion of the Spirit from Elijah. Basically, when he said that, he's like, I want to be as close to God as you are, even closer. Elisha, of course, then became a good prophet in his own right. But it's important to see here kind of this passing of the mantle, this passing of the torch from one to the next. Maybe you have passed that torch on to someone else. Think about those who follow you or those who learn from you. What wisdom have you passed on to them? Maybe an easy example is if you're a parent. Think about how you're trying to raise your kids. Or if your kids are already grown and out on their own, think about what you've taught them. Think about how you've encouraged them. Think about the love you've shown them. Think about how you've told them to trust in God. This is what we see going on here. This is a shift from Elijah to Elisha, basically from one generation to the next. And sometimes that doesn't go well, but sometimes it really does. Because Elijah clearly had a big influence on Elisha. And we can see that in Elisha's own ministry. This importance of this mentor and teacher that he had. it's the same thing in our own lives. The people who went before you have a powerful impact on you, and you also have a powerful impact on those who follow you. Just as God worked through Elijah and Elisha, so God is working through those who came before you, God is working through you, and God is working through those who learn from you. There's your 5-minute Bible study for today. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.